After discontinuing the Skyline GTR in 1973, Nissan revived the GTR nameplate again in 1989. At the time, Nissan was competing in group racing with the Skyline GTSR. Nissan wanted to retire the GTSR in favor of a more competitive vehicle. The new generation of the GTR, EB and R32 chassis, commonly shortened to R32, was designed to dominate grouper class racing. Nissan Kochi, Nissan's powertrain engineering and manufacturing facility, originally tested a twin-turbocharged 2.4 liters, 2,350 cc, bored and stroked version of the RB20 engine. This setup resulted in a power output of 233 kilowatts, 317 PS, 312 horsepower, and used a rear-wheel drive drivetrain. Under grouper regulations, a turbocharged engine must multiply its engine displacement by 1.7, putting the new Skyline in the 4,000cc class, and requiring the use of 10-inch wide tires. Knowing that they would be required to use 10-inch wide tires, Nissan decided to make the car all-wheel drive. Nissan developed a special motorsport-oriented AWD system for this purpose called the Isuzu ETS. Although this assisted with traction, it made the car 100 kilograms, 220 pounds, heavier. The added weight put the GTR at a disadvantage to other cars in the 4,000cc class. Nissan then made the decision to increase the displacement to 2,600 cc, and put the car in the 4,500cc class, with the car's weight near equal to competing cars. The 4,500cc class also allowed for 11-inch wide tires. New engine block and heads were then developed to better match the increased displacement. The result was a car that had a power output of 441 kilowatts, 600 PS, 592 horsepower. 25. Later Epic Racing Rally Engineering Division Incorporated Nissan Koei produced group racing engines rated between 373 A 485 kilowatts, 507 A 659 PS, 500 A 650 horsepower. 26. Depending on track conditions. Production edit. This new 2,568cc, 2.6 liters, RB26 DEF-powered all-wheel drive concept was put into production as the R32 Nissan Skyline GTR. The R32 developed 206 kilowatts, 280 PS, 276 horsepower, at 6,800 revolutions per minute and 260 lb-ft. 353 Nm of torque at 4,400 revolutions per minute. 2027-28. It had a curb weight of 1,430 kilograms, 3,150 pounds. Nissan officially started its production run the 21st of August 1989, and began its grouper campaign in 1990. The Skyline GTR Nismo, identified by the model code suffix RA, was introduced on the 22nd of February 1990 and attracted a premium of AN 235,500 over the standard car. It existed to homologate a number of changes related to performance, aerodynamics, weight saving and reliability for grouper racing. Those rules required a production run of 500 units, under the Evolution Special Regulations, but an additional 60 were produced and held by Nissan to turn into race cars, rising the production total to 560 units. 30. Aerodynamic changes include 2 additional ducts in the front bumper and removal of the protective honeycomb mesh to improve airflow to the intercooler, a bonnet lip spoiler to direct more air into the engine bay, deeper rear spats, and an additional boot lip spoiler to provide more downforce. The Nismo specification deletes ABS, which is not legal in Group A, and the rear wiper to save weight. The bonnet and front panels are aluminium in all GTR models rather than the standard steel in non-GTR models, again to save weight. Overall, the GTR Nismo weighs 1,400 kilograms, 3,086 pounds. compared to 1,430 kilograms, 3,153 pounds. For the standard GTR, tires are Bridgestone RE71 in 225/55 R16 fitted to 16-inch alloy wheels. Mechanically, the GTR Nismo uses the RB26 engine of the standard GTR but replaces the standard Garrett 03 turbochargers with larger T04B models, sacrificing the faster spool-up of the ceramic turbo wheels for the enhanced reliability of steel wheels. The GTR Nismo was only available in color code KH2 gun grey metallic. Other minor, but noticeable, changes include a circular Nismo logo on the right rear of the boot lip, lack of radio tuning controls on the dashboard console, since a radio was optional, and cross-drilled brake rotors. Nismo branded options available included a 260 km/h, 162 mph speedometer, 3-inch catback exhaust system, front suspension tower brace, sports shock absorbers, 17-inch alloy wheels, and rear spoiler with a built-in third brake light. A rear view of an R32, showing the distinctive 4-ounce taillights. Skyline GTR VA middle dot spec 2N1 in the typical crystal white paint and with the 17-inch BBS wheels fitted to all VA middle dot specs. The Skyline GTR N1 model, identified by the model code suffix ZN, was introduced on the 19th of July 1991, and designed for home market N1 racing with a total of 245 units eventually produced. 118 of these are N1, 64 RVA middle dot spec N1, and 63 RVA middle dot spec 2 N1. See below explanation of VA middle dot spec. The most notable change was in the engine, which was upgraded to the R32 N1 specification. Building on the Nismo car's specification, it was also lightened by the removal of the ABS and rear wiper, but for N1 the air conditioning, sound system, and boot carpet were also deleted, and distinctive lightweight headlights were fitted. N1 cars also had reinforcing for the brake master cylinder and additional brake cooling ducts under the car. All N1 cars were delivered with a thin layer of color code 326 crystal white paint. To celebrate the success of the GTR in both Group N and Group A racing, Nissan introduced the Skyline GTR VA middle dot spec Victory specification package on the 3rd of February 1993. The VA middle dot spec added Brembo brakes and retuned a TISA ETS system. The VA middle dot spec was available in both plain and N1 variants, with all VA middle dot spec cars using the lightweight aluminium bonnet and front bumpers from the Nismo. The cars also replaced the standard 16-inch wheels with 17-inch BBS wheels with 225/45 R17 tires. Finally, on the 14th of February 1994, the Skyline GTR VA middle dot spec 2 was introduced, with the only change being wider 245/45 R17 tires. The plain VA middle dot spec and VA middle dot spec 2 had a curb weight of 1,480 kilograms, 3,263 pounds, weighing 50 kilograms, 110 pounds, more than a standard GTR. 31. Total production of the VA middle dot spec and VA middle dot spec 2 was 1,396 and 1,306 units respectively. 32. Production of the R32 Skyline GTR ceased in November 1994 after a production run of 43,937 units. The most popular colors are KH2 gun grey metallic, 45% of cars, followed by 326 crystal white, 18%, 732 black pearl metallic, 13%, KL0 spark silver metallic, 12%. The rarest color is BL0 grayish blue pearl with only 141 units. 33. In 1989, The Japanese Best Motoring television program conducted a test at the now Nürburgring Nordschleife with a production version Nissan Skyline GTR R32, driven by Motoharu Kurosawa. The car completed a lap time of 8:22.38 minutes around the semi-wet, damp, conditioned circuit, making it the fastest production vehicle around the track. 34. As of August 2014, the first R32 Skyline GTRs became eligible for U.S. import under the Nissan 25-year rule that allows vehicles that are 25 years old to the month or older to be imported. These vehicles, due to their age, do not have to comply with federal emissions or with federal motor vehicle safety standards. 35. The R32-0R was a special tuner edition which was engineered by HKS with 441 kilowatts, 591 horsepower, 600 PS. 10 were made but only 4 remain in existence. One was bought by the Sultan of Brunei. One of them was bought at the 2019 Tokyo Auto Salon for 212,000 Australian dollars and sent to Australia. 36-37. Production figures edit. GTR Series 1 equals 17,316. GTR Nismo equals 560. 38. GTR Australia equals 139. GTR Series 2 equals 11,187. GTR Series 3 equals 11,827. VA middle dot spec equals 1,396.40. VA middle dot spec 2 equals 1,306.41. N1 equals 245.42. GTR N1 equals 118. VA middle dot spec N1 equals 64. VA middle dot spec 2 N1 equals 63. Total equals 43,937.32.